just want to say this. It is not an easy road trying to live life according to the word, trying to do things the way that God wants you to do them. Let me be the first to say it's not easy. It's not easy because we live in a world that is very superficial. We live in a world where people want you to go along to get along. They want you on their program. They want you to do the things that they want you to do. Nobody really wants to talk about spirituality. Nobody really wants to talk about God because they look at it like it's a burden, because they feel that they can't do what they want to do in life. They can't have fun anymore. If I start talking about God and you know, people are going to think I'm trying to preach to them or, you know, talk down to them. Listen, let me tell you one thing. None of us are perfect beings. I come on here. Listen, I could have made a YouTube channel about anything, a number of things, right? But God talked to me and he told me what he wanted me to do. He told me he wanted me to use this platform, this channel, to talk about him, to talk about my experience, my life, and to share my story with God. That's what he told me to do. I'm not any more equipped than necessarily the next person. I'm just a regular, everyday person, just like you. And I am not perfect. I am just trying. I do have a personal relationship with God. I've always had a personal relationship with God. I've heard him talk to me in my life plenty of times. And I know that when he talks to me, it's important for me to obey. I do know that much. I am studying and reading my Bible and my word just as much as anybody. I don't come on here and try to profess to be somebody or something that I'm not. But what I will tell you is that I am trying. And that's all we can do, is make the commitment to every day try to be a better person with God. He will give you the tools. He will give you the words. He will give you what you need at the time you need it. I can tell you that. I can attest for that. I've been through some things in my life, and I just want to share because this is what he told me to do. This is what I feel like I should do. This is what brings me happiness and fulfillment. And I hope that me coming on here can be somewhat of an inspiration to any one of you. It's not about me. Please don't get caught up in the messenger because, again, I'm not a perfect person. I have my own things that I battle with just like everybody. That's the truth. But I'm coming on here to share stories and my experience. And I think that there's somebody out there that can feel me and understand and connect with the things that I'm saying. And so I say all of that to say this. I went out this past weekend. I had a really good time. I said a few things and immediately I'm like, wait, I'm not that person no more. God, I hope I didn't disappoint you. I was telling a friend somewhat of this experience. And he's like, listen, relax, chill out. You cool. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're trying. The thing about it is, and what what we should be focusing on really is just the relationship, the personal relationship. It's not that we're going to do everything perfectly, but again, it's always about the intention. It's always about the heart. He's always checking in the heart posture. It's kind of like we're going to get to a point in our relationship where we don't want to disappoint our father. It's just like our father or our mother in the natural. We don't want to disappoint them. We don't want to disrespect them. We don't want to hurt them. We don't want to hurt their feelings. We love them so much. The last thing we want to do is disappoint them. And the last thing we want to do is hurt them. And in your spirit, if you feel like you're doing something that's disappointing your father, then perfect. Because at least you're tapped in and connected in such a way where you're taking into consideration how he would feel, how that would make him think. That's what's important. It's not about being perfect. It's about having that relationship, that personal relationship. And when you do fall short, because we all fall short of the glory of God every day, because nobody is perfect. So when you do, in your mind, when you do feel like you fall short, all you got to do is just talk to him. God, Forgive that evil thought I had. God, I don't know why I had that thought. God, I don't know what possessed me to say that. God, forgive me. Clean that up. Help me check my heart. What's going on? God, just talk to him like you would talk to a friend, like you would talk to your man. Talk to him. This is what developing the relationship is about. It's not about being perfect. It's about working on your own salvation. That's what it's about. It's about doing the best that you can, making the commitment. I promise I wanted to come on here and say that because, like I say, I enjoyed myself this past weekend. I went out, I danced, I had a good time. There was a few things that I was clocking. I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm not too quite sure about that, you know. I don't sit right in my spirit, but I still allowed myself to have fun. But I was just very aware of my surroundings. I was just very aware, you know, but I say that to say you can have fun. You can live your life. Look, I'm still young. I'm still beautiful. I still want to live a fulfilling life. But I know that a fulfilling life is going to be the life that God wants me to live. And there are some things that I'm going to have to give up. And I got to be okay with that. And you got to be okay with that. But once you start to do it, once you have the courage to start to do it and develop that relationship, I'm telling you, it's not going to bother you a bit. You're going to have so much peace. I went in the grocery store like this past weekend. I was in the market for like 10, 15 minutes. Y'all, when I tell you the energy in that market was horrible. It was so dark. It was so tense. I said, I'm never coming here ever again. And listen, I know the economy is jacked up. I know people are struggling. I know we're all having to adapt. We're all having to make changes and watch our budget and watch our spending habits and watch. We're all going through things. Some of us are going through things on a different level. I'm not overlooking the fact that we're dealing with different things. Some of us, we're not all dealing with the same exact trials, or, you know, some of us are really going through it. But what I'm saying is the energy in these spaces is real. And I'm becoming so sensitive to my environment. I don't want to be around nobody that's miserable. I don't want to be around nobody that's upset, that's quick to anger, that's not grounded, that doesn't know how to regulate their emotions. I don't want to be around none of that. I don't want to be around none of that. I'm a happy person. You're a peaceful person. We don't want to be around none of that. Y'all, I'm in the market. I'm not in the club. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the grocery store. And them spirits, they were like jumping out. See, we're living in a time now where that veil is thinning. They can't hide no more. They got to show themselves. These spirits that's been in these people, and you wonder why these people act weird towards you, and you wonder why these people so mean and hateful. It's those spirits. When you come around, you are in the midst of a storm. We are literally walking in the middle of a war. You got a peace that you can't understand. You have a peace that does not make sense. Logically, it does not make sense, but you have a peace. People can see that. They can sense that on you. And when you're around energy and it's thick, them spirits can sense it. They know who God's people are. They know, they can tell. Just like how we can identify them. Just how like we can feel energy, they can feel our spirit. And I'm just like, I don't know what's up with this market, but I don't want to be here. I don't know what it is. I don't like this. So we just become more sensitive to our environment. Like I say, that veil is thinning. We're about to see all kind of stuff in our natural eye. With our natural eye, not even our spiritual eye. Because you're not supposed to look at everything in a spiritual sense. And when you're connected, that spiritual eye is going to be open as you're awakened now. You're before you may have been asleep, but you're not asleep no more. You see everything for what it is around us, and everything is spiritual. But we're going to also start to see things with our actual natural eye, because all things shall be uncovered. There's no hidden thing in this hour. That's the truth. So everything is coming to light when it comes to our relationships, when it comes to everything. God is revealing everything to us. And we can go out and we can have a good time. But the truth of the matter and what's going on, all those things are going to be clear, still going to be revealed to us as to what time it is and what's going on. We're going to know what to engage in and what not to. So I just say that if it's anybody that maybe you want to develop a relationship with God, but you're feeling like you're going to have to give up so much. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not giving up anything developing the relationship that you need to develop with your Father. You're gaining. You're losing on the other end. Because everything is an illusion. And it may look good and it may feel good, but I promise you. Try Jesus. I promise you. I promise you. But I just wanted to come on here for a quick moment and just share with you guys. I am running out of space in my phone, so I'm gonna have to probably, I'm gonna have to get a new phone. But I'm trying to upload videos regularly, come on here and kick it with y'all. But I just wanted to say that, listen, you're gonna know when you're moving in the right direction because you're going to be convicted in your soul, in your spirit. You're going to feel, you're not going to want to do certain things. You're not going to want to talk a certain kind of way. You're not going to want to entertain certain things as you draw in closer. You're not going to want to. It's not going to be, you're not going to be forced. And see, that's the thing about God, and that's what free will is about. He doesn't force us to do a thing. He's always here for us, and he's ready for us whenever we're ready. You know what I'm saying? He's a gentleman like that. When we're ready, he's ready for us. When you're ready, I'm telling you, you guys know this already. When you're ready, but he's always ready. And he's waiting on you to take the first step. Don't worry about being perfect, baby, because that ain't gonna never be. You ain't never gonna be perfect. And we can't get wrapped up in the messenger because, see, that's how the devil will play in your mind and have you focusing on the person and not the spirit that's working through the person. You get what I'm saying? So he'll confuse you and say that person ain't perfect, you know? And this is why people be having a problem with people. That's why people got a problem with you, because they don't understand how it is that you get to have peace. They don't understand how it is that you get to live the life that they wanted to destroy for you, because they feel like you don't deserve the things that you have, because you have a past, because you've made mistakes. They don't understand that it is not about the fact that you made mistakes in your life. It's not about the fact that everybody has a past. Everybody has made mistakes. It's not about what you go through. It's the heart posture. God is always checking in on the heart. So you get things that they don't understand. I get things and people don't understand because I've passed tests behind the doors. Behind the scenes, there were tests. Nobody knew about it. It was just me and God. And I passed those tests. I may have failed tests. You know what I'm saying? In the natural sense. On the physical stage, I may have failed tests. But behind closed doors, I was passing tests. God's test. The only test that really matter. I was passing them. You were passing them. And that's why you get the things that you get that they can't understand. That's why you have the peace that you have that they don't understand. Because it's not up to them. That's like, you know, it's like, why would you ever choose a losing team? Do you put your money on a losing team? I would never put my money on the losing team. The devil, his minions, they're the losing team. They ain't never won a battle. And they never will. So I'm going to go over here where I know it's safe, where I know I'm going to win. I'm going to win with God. That's a short thing. It's a short bet. I don't got to think about it. But see, I've tried it in my life to know that it works. I formed that personal relationship in my life to know that it's real, to know that God is real. You can't tell me nothing about my God. But it's not because of any outside factor. It's the relationship that I developed from a child up. And if you have that, if you're on this channel, I'm sure you have that. And if you're thinking about it, just do it, honey. I'm here to encourage you. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not perfect. I'm just trying. I'm letting God direct my steps. I'm letting him run the show in my life. And that's why I have peace when I'm not. And if it wasn't for God, I'd be dead. Period. If it wasn't for God, I would be dead. So I owe him everything. I'm not special. He is. I'm just allowing him to use me is all, because that's what he told me to do. I don't know why he told me to do it.